I've been playing a whole lot of Warframe, and got my Rhino Prime. I've been picking up a lot of weapons that I've been just kind of missing out and doing some of these other quests that popped up, like Chains of Hero and the Sacrifice, which is really good. Yeah, like Warframe is where it's at, man. Like if you
Whoa, speaking of Warframe, real quick, man.
mm-hmm.
I saw the Warframe with like the guys on a skateboard or whatever, or not skateboard, but he's like on a snowboard.
Yeah, the little airboard thing.
How that looks so hot. I was like, what? I think this.
Yeah, they showed that off at TennoCon. That was like a month ago, and that's going to be in the latest update that's coming in September, called Fortuna, and it's going to be like this whole open world that you can do, that you can just go through and on Venus, I think. And the first one they did last year was on Earth.
Venus was her name.
Yo,
sorry, don't know why I started singing that.
And then the other one is Railjack. I think Railjack's coming like I think at the beginning of 2019. I may be wrong, but Railjack is going to be like straight up real space battles where you can have like a team of people and you all got your own jobs in a warship. And one dude could be like on the guns shooting at like, you know, the enemies and stuff, and someone's piloting, and someone who just get in their archwing, fly out into space, go, you know, infiltrate another ship and just start wrecking shot. Like it's just look up Railjack on
I gotta check that out.
Yeah, look, Digital Streams is doing some different stuff. Like they're on a whole nother level now when it comes to Warframe. Like it's no joke.
What's crazy about that is like all this awesomeness is going on, but this isn't like a downplay, but because I know there's like it's so big, they have conferences and like conventions over. But I guess maybe it's just our little corner of it. Like you don't really hear a lot of people talk about it.
Yeah,
you know.
And Warframe is a straight up grind. Like you think about how like Destiny's a grind.
Yeah, but they put a lot of support though, man. I mean, absolutely.
I mean, that's
the thing. Like it's. I mean, you mentioned like the grind, but they give back to the community.
Oh yeah. Like I mentioned one time before how they had this thing that was going on. They do this every time there's a live stream. They'll like give stuff to people. They'll give platinum, which is like the in-game premium currency to people, and they'll give like, you know, weapons or Warframe stuff, whatever, or skins. But during the TennoCon, they were going to give people Ash Prime, like this really like rare Warframe,
Optimus Prime,
to anyone who watched the TennoCon for like half an hour on Twitch.
Hey, is that Optimus Prime's ashy cousin?
That was so corny. But no, like they had a server issue because they were anticipating so many people watching it on Twitch. Server crash. And so they were like, you know, we can't verify if you did or did not watch, but you know what? If you've logged into Warframe in the past 7 days, everyone gets it. I'm just like, that's just so like generous. Like most companies would have been like, hey, look, our servers crashed. What you want?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I want to see what you in our face for. Sorry. But they were like, hey, look, that was our bad. We're gonna make it up to you. They have and to be like the anti-EA, they actually created this thing once, like years and years ago, where they create almost like a slot, like a gambling system with some of the companions. Like you could randomize like the little dogs that you get. You can have with you when you fight. And this one dude, the other thing, it was like if you paid like $5 or something like that, you could just keep pulling the slot like ad infinite. And the dude has spent like $500 in one day, and they saw it and they were just like, "Oh no, what have we done? This isn't what we intended. We didn't intend to create, to have whales in this game." So this is in the No Clip documentary. They gave that dude his money back. And then shut the thing down. They said, no, we're not doing this. Wow. Shut it down. Completely redid how they do that part. Gave dude his money back and said, we're sorry. That's wow. Like you don't see that today at all.
Definitely don't.
And that's pretty awesome, man.
Because if that was EA, they'd have been like, cha-ching.
hey, don't hate on EA. EA's
got him.
EA's got contingency plans in place.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever heard that about like a game.
We got a contingency plan.
If this don't work out,
we're gonna homogenize our profit margins.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, yeah. You know what? I'm not surprised that. I gotta be honest. I'm not surprised that the pre-orders are down for Battlefield 5. I don't think anyone's really interested in going back to World War II.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, think about it. How many times have we gone back to World War II?
Too many.
Yeah. I mean, and we went back to World War II back in, the days of the PlayStation 1 with God, what was it? Yeah, EA's game.
Medal of Honor. Man.
Medal of Honor.
Mm-hmm.
Those games were good though.
Yes, that they were genre defining games at the time because you never had experienced a war game like that. I remember storming the beaches of Normandy for the first time, and I was like, "Wow, this is awesome!" On the PlayStation 1.
Right.
But after you have those same experiences, it's like, I mean, what else? Like, what else can you do?
Yeah. How many times can we keep going back to the same well? It's it makes sense, and I'm not trying to downplay. Like, people have their agendas on both sides, and some people are like, "Ooh, this is because of politics, and whatnot." But I think overall gamers are just tired of this particular period in history.
And they're also launching the busy time of the year where Red Dead Redemption 2 is dropping. There's a lot of competition there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
a lot of competition. So, hey, what's up, B-Money?
What's going on, fellas?
Yo, B.
Man. B, I'm actually watching a little Hard Knocks while we live stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope man, you know what, man? I'm actually, I'm rooting for the Browns this year, man.
I think they're gonna give us 5, man.
5-1. That would be an accomplishment. That would be a win for them. As a sport, overall this season. Yeah, when you win one game in 2 years, 5 wins is like winning 20.
I wanted to go as a walk-on, see if I can make the team. Hey,
speaking of somebody like who's a fan of a team and knowing what it feels like to almost like go 0-16 in a season, you get that one win. It felt like.
So you talking about Xbox fanboys?
Oh damn!
Oh, that was savage. Sorry.
Oh, see, look.
Well, I was talking about the Dolphins.
Enrique being messy over here, man.
I'm gonna get hate. Hey, never go full on pony.
We're gonna lose them subs, man.
Hey, apparently we lose subs because we're too critical of Xbox. Hey, but
well,
I'm sorry.
Look, man,
that Dolphin season, man, I was talking about it. That was painful.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
When you said that, I thought you were going to talk about the Detroit Lions.
Wait.
They went 0-16.
Just real quick, big shout out to everyone in the live chat. What's up, Punk Kiddish? DMV Gaming, baby. Irrelevant Native says Brap hates World War II vets.
Oh, wow.
I don't know where that came from.
Man, Native be having the hot takes, man. That'd be funny.
I'll never forget. He was an IOP I think was it last Sunday? Or 2 Sundays ago?
Two Sundays ago.
He said gaming. He said gaming addicts, and he's like, so if you're sleepy, you're okay with plagiarism.
He was like attic condolence plagiarism.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't hate World War II veterans. I just think that a lot of people are tired of going back to the World War II setting. I mean, look, we had Call of Duty World War II last year, right?
Yeah. I think the reason that EA was trying to revisit that well is because Battlefield 1 had did so well for them, and with them going with the World War I theme, they just wanted to follow up World War II, and it's just not working out for them. I mean, there's a reason why there's so many people still playing Battlefield 4. Like those lobbies are still full to this day. You can go in there, find a match pretty quickly. So
that's crazy.
and a lot of people have been screaming, they really want a Battlefield Bad Company 3, and EA kind of teased it like it was a possibility of it coming, and it didn't. So hopefully, the next game is Bad Company 3. They need to return to the modern day era. They can't do what Call of Duty does, just simply because Call of Duty releases a different series of Call of Duty every single year, so they're able to kind of flip it on a dime, where Battlefield is released every other year. So at least the mainline series. So it's a bigger turnaround for them.
Yeah.
So hopefully, they're able to bounce back, because with these low pre-order numbers and some of the bigger games coming out, it looks like Destiny's bouncing back. You got Red Dead, and of course Call of Duty will be there with Black Ops. So that there's some tough competition, man, and it looks like they could be heading down the route of Titanfall 2. Just kind of being smothered by everything else around it.
Hey, look, I'm not a Call of Duty or Battlefield fan. I normally kind of skip them on an annual basis, but I heard something a little while ago, and it kind of makes me wonder, do you think these developers are kind of avoiding coming back to like modern times because they really don't want to not necessarily offend people, but it's really difficult to actually put the focus on modern day wars when stuff is like really going on? Like, can you really do a game and have North Korea be like the conflict, or China and stuff like that?
Call of Duty already did that.
They did.
I mean, Call of Duty did it. Remember with Soap? Remember Soap with Tavish?
Soap
yeah.
with Tavish.
That was my man, Soap. So,
I think they have to find like a happy medium. You know what I mean? You can explore some of those themes and still do it in a tasteful way, where you're not, directly offending people. And they could, also just do different things that are kind of similar. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be the same exact scenarios.
Yeah.
I think people just want a modern day shooter. You know what I mean? They want to be able to play with the guns of today, the technology of today. You know what I mean? The vehicles of today. So
I agree with that.
But let me ask you guys something, because B, you said something. You said put out something that won't offend people. Why would something offend people though? Because especially with like modern day conflict, because we already have movies that have been like we had the Bin Laden movie. I mean, what's the difference between putting something modern day versus movies?
Irrelevant, stupid, man.
It's tough, man. It's tough because literally everything offends someone. You know what I mean? Like,
I know what you're saying. I mean,
people, tough, man.
People were lunching out about the whole, there's a woman in World War II. That's not historically accurate,
right.
which isn't true. I mean, women did fight in World War II.
So. But in this day and age, I can see if there's a portion of the game where the conflict is like the enemy is the majority of the enemy is like a lot of Muslims or something.
I can see man.
Hey, I'm sorry. So let me interrupt you, man. But irrelevant. He said EA is irrelevant, man. You were funny. EA is just waiting for Trump to start World War III, so the Battlefield title could be World War III ahead of the curve. Hey, you know what? And watch Stormy Daniels be on that cover of Battlefield.
That wouldn't even surprise me either. That would be an EA thing to do. But matter of fact, did you guys hear about their moral compass this week?
Who?
Last
Trump's
week?
got a moral compass?
No, EA has a moral compass.
EA's got a moral compass?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's
like they're coming up with like this thing where they're like they want to make sure that they're not going too far, not being anti-consumer. So they got this quote unquote moral compass policy that they're putting in place where they'll check in with the consumers, the community, to make sure they're not putting in policies that are too much. But it's funny because it's like, really, if you look at all the games that they got coming out, they're trying to finesse everybody. They're trying to make you feel like they're really making changes, but if you notice, they ain't making any changes whatsoever to FIFA and Madden.
Hey, they got that contingency plan, man.
they got contingency plans in case stuff don't work out, and they're gonna get their money. Just best believe they getting their money.
What did Bun say when he was in the shower to Keisha? when she thought he was cheating. The bitch is lying.
Yeah.
Lying.
Yeah. I told you, Keisha. I don't know. No, what was her name? Yeah, Buns. So funny, man. We're gonna talking about Belly again later on in the evening. Irrelevant says I need to be on the panel. Irrelevant, if you have an open door policy, man. Anytime you want to hop on Brap, come on board, buddy. Come on board. So we like your hot takes. So so what we were talking about EA and contingency Battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I agree with you. I think people want a more modern day Battlefield because I feel like those are the best Battlefield games in my opinion.
Oh yeah,
Bad Company.
Definitely.
Yeah, with what was his Bad Company with Rico Harbor? I just remember that multiplayer map for some reason.
Yeah, that was a Bad Company too.
So why can't we get a Bad Company 3?
People have been asking. We've been asking for it, man.
Yeah, I feel like the fans have been asking for that for a very long time.
Yeah, we've been asking for a long time, man. And every year and a half, they sort of tease it like it's a possibility, or like they're working on it, but still hasn't been announced, man.
That is bullshit. That's what that is. Well, we'll see. Hopefully the game sells well. I don't want to see any game fail. I saw some people out there like saying when the pre-order numbers were down, they're like, "Yeah, serves them right." I'm like, come on, people. We don't want to see. At least me personally, I don't want to see any game fail.
This will probably be one of the lowest selling Battlefields. This will probably be similar to Battlefield Hardline.
Oh my goodness! Really?
Yeah.
But didn't Battlefield Hardline like come back?
No,
they were trying to give it away for like $2.
Yeah, they pretty much were.
That's the contingency plan. Look, y'all, we can't sell it at 60. We'll sell it at 20.
Contingency.
The contingency plan should just dump it on Game Pass.
But EA keeps saying they have some big surprise for Battlefield fans, so we'll see, man.
Yeah, some people are speculating that it's going to be an older version, or it's going to be like Bad Company.
Yeah.
Hey, fellas, we need to stop the EA slander. Ryan Landis says, "Don't talk about EA too long, and they'll charge your credit card."
That
was a good one.
You're not even lying.
Ryan's funny, man. That shit's cheese. Hey, he's not lying. He's not lying.
He lying?
He ain't lying. He's 100 years old. He ain't lying.
And Native said that he didn't mean getting on the show here, but he was talking about he needs to be on that EA Moral Compass panel.
Oh, okay. I misread that.
He just let us down. He just let us down easy.
I told him that he wouldn't get accepted. They would kick him out. Like that's like one of those, like, how it is in politics where like they only really let you in if you got some dirt on you. Like native would need to be like, eating puppies live and experimenting on homeless people in order to get in. They would need to have some dirt on him. They would need to have him like recorded evidence of him, like, doing some what was that movie where the people would like going to Europe? They were like tourists, and then they would get like tortured to death by like rich people.
Like
hostile, yeah. It would have to be some hostile kind of like evidence on you in order to get on that panel. Just so they know you ain't never gonna turn on them, because they're gonna put all your business out there on social media.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Trump can be elected president. A relative native can be CEO of EA. Anything's possible in this world.
I would take a relevant native over the devil in sheep's clothing they got as CEO right now. That guy. Hey, did you see him at E3? Like, I'm just looking up here. I'm just looking at him on stage, and I'm just like picturing him with like horns poking up out of his hair, and like a tail just kind of like trying to hide in the back. Like, this guy is the worst. They had the worst show on E3. It's just
it's a reason why EA was voted one of the worst companies, man. They can't get their shit together. It's been like that for a long time, man.
Were they really voted one of the worst companies, like to work for, or just like in the gaming industry?
No.
Oh no, to both. Yeah, like to work for as consumers. They like that whole Forbes. Is it Forbes that does it?
Forbes, yeah, it's Forbes.
They do that top 10 worst companies in America list, and EA has been up there competing with Comcast
and McDonald's,
Dish Network,
McDonald's
isn't up there.
McDowell's.
Surprisingly.
McDowell's.
What's another company that's always up there? It's EA, Comcast, Dish Network. There's someone else that's
Comcast
always...
is terrible.
Comcast is
garbage.
Yeah, man.
Good. They are garbage like Division.
Yeah, that's not, you know, some of us are relying on Comcast in this, to be able to do this podcast. So let's not talk to you know, there's no net neutrality now. They can do whatever they want.
They might start throttling us.
Just come in and shut the whole thing down.
You want to talk about Comcast? We're going to throttle you, buddy. We're going to throttle. Who has Comcast here? No one does, right?
I thought you had it.
No. I haven't moved yet, man.
Oh, okay. Are we good then? I got Verizon. Yeah. I mean, they're not much better. It's just a different devil, a different day. But you know,
I almost cussed a lady out on customer service at Comcast. I'm like, I'm a gamer. I can't. Oh, sir, we have 10 megabytes uploads. Like, that sucks.
That's trash.
She's like, you know what she said to me? She's like, our research shows us the more people download. I mean, fuck you. I need to talk to someone else. Because I told her, I was like, I know people that have 50 meg uploads. You know, Game Forte has it.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, that's not true. I'm like, I know someone.
What? I have 100 meg upload. Like Verizon gives you the same upload that you have as download. So I have 100 meg upload and download.
You know what she said? She goes, I'm sorry, we're not Verizon. I'm like, clearly you're not. I mean that's obvious, right?
Yeah.
Oh man,
it's funny where you're supposed to be competing against Verizon, but as you notice, they don't seem to actually compete with one another. They can't compete. Curious. Yeah.
Lay down or lay down.
Let me tell you something. Comcast was so desperate, man, for business here in my neighborhood. They were sending people door to door, begging for, hey, here's my business card. I can offer you this great, and they were offering like a really good deal. Like, I mean, it was like they were basically giving away like the full cable package and internet for like $30 a month for like a 2-year subscription, whatever. I mean, it was that bad. No one in my neighborhood that I know of has Comcast. They all have Verizon.
The Comcast reps in people's houses lying. Like a couple people that got installation ended up having roaches.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know this, but
that's what Comcast, man.
The Fios will give you $8.
Verizon.
Yeah. Anyhow, all right, guys, we have a lot of gaming related news to talk about. Gamescom 2018 officially kicked off. By the way, we need to do our proper introduction. Welcome everyone to podcast number 122 of the Basement Radio Card Podcast. We are officially an affiliate of the Inner Circle Gaming Network, which B Money is a part of. And I want to welcome my co-host, King Loaf himself, Slow-Mo Backslap. What's up, King Loaf?
Yo, that's not my name.
That is your name.
My name.
Enrique's always like desperate to give you L's, man.
Exactly. You know,
he gets L's in the DM.
Because I win so much. I win so much that you have to like fabricate L's for me. You know, like it's funny. It's just like, you know, like I don't mean to be the Steph Curry in this game, but I'm Steph Curry in this game, man. I shoot 50-foot threes with ease and just walk down the court.
I want to tell you something. I want to tell you something. Your father told me that you were no Steph Curry, and your father said you also get your arrogance from her.
I don't know who this is.
You know who exactly
who you speak of? I don't know who you speak of.
You know who your father is. I'll get her in here right now. She'll tell you.
Let's not do that.
Why not?
Let's not do that. Look, what up, everybody? It's Slow-Mo, and
it's Slow Loaf.
Oh my gosh! I am happy to get into these topics because I got a lot to say, especially about the division.
Yeah.
And Ubisoft. So when we get to that topic, y'all just maybe turn the volume down because I might start like yelling with like in a shrill voice as I get angrier and angrier. But yeah, when we get to it, I'll let you know.
Irrelevant's hilarious. He goes, Irrelevant says, seriously, Chief Tommy, so many podcasts these days have 20 people all at once.
Yo, it's true, man.
Yeah.
Some of these it's like 45 people in the podcast, man. Can't understand nobody.
No, you can't. Or wait, you have 20 people and no one's saying anything. That's you got 20 people and no one's saying anything. We also have B Money B. What's going on, man?
Hey, not much, man. Another great Wednesday, man. Happy to be here. Ready to talk this Gamescom, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. And Mr. Eric Jackson broadcasting from his yacht as always from sunny South Florida. What's up, E?
I'm chilling, man. Chilling. A little bit tired, but I'm feeling good, man. Daughter had her fourth birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday, man.
Oh, that's awesome.
I didn't know that. Hey, why don't you, man, you should get off the podcast, man.
What?
You should go celebrate with your daughter, man. You should be at the club.
You know what 4-year-olds do? They go to sleep. It's 9 o'clock.
It's 9:30. If she's awake now, there's a problem. Like,
yeah, school tomorrow. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Slow-mo, that would make me a horrible parent.
Yeah, you should be at the club, man, popping bottles. My daughter's first birthday.
Tell my daughter, what's me? Can't hang?
That's on the corner, E, man.
Yo, he says, if my daughter's awake now, I'm a horrible parent. That's like one of my kids about to walk in the room right now. I'm like, let me go mute. Don't want no one to know my kid's still awake.
That's right, man. Hey,
our school don't start till next week, so I'm okay.
Oh yeah, we start after Labor Day, man.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's that North flavor, man. Yeah,
my 4-year-old came downstairs earlier. He goes, "Are you podcasting yet?" He knows every Wednesday. Are you podcasting?
Oh man, I'm telling you, Fort Lauderdale, they're like, we're gonna get as much school in before this hurricane season hits.
That's definitely going early. Yeah. That's crazy, man. So all right, so Gamescom 20. I can't even talk. I can't talk. Gamescom 2018 is officially kicked off. And did any of you guys catch the Inside Xbox? I did a rap rant about this, but just kind of wanted to get everyone's thoughts. See if you guys caught that.
Nah, man, I'm already sleepy.
Wow. That's savage, man. Hey, you can't. I just want to say something real quick. We don't promote console warring and stuff. We just like to joke and have a good time. If you are offended by these comments, I don't have to tell you. But I actually had the pleasure, I guess, of watching it. It's funny, man, because okay, so Cognito works at nighttime, right? So I was DMing Lord Cognito. He's like, man, I should have gone to sleep already. He's like, I don't know why I stayed up for this.
Hey, look, can I say something real quick? Look, if you are offended by the comments that we may say about a particular company or piece of plastic, I implore you to stop what you're doing. If you're listening to this not live, pause the podcast. Get up, go to the bathroom, look at yourself in the mirror, and ask yourself, why am I getting upset about someone's opinion about video games?
For companies that either you most likely don't have any financial investment in, like you don't own stock, there's no reason for you to be this upset, and that people are just giving their honest opinion and they're not trying to troll you. Even if they are trying to troll you, just relax, man. It's just jokes. It's okay. It's okay. Like, Xbox will live for another day. Sony will live for another day. They're going to be okay. They're making millions upon millions of dollars with or without your support. So it's
Sony's
okay.
not making money.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sony don't make money.
Yeah,
they have a shoestring budget.
Like Sony makes no dough. Xbox has no games. We know how it all goes.
Hold on, B. What did you say there? What?
They broke, man.
Nintendo takes technology from flip phones and puts them in their flip. Yeah, just get all the trolling comments out.
Hey, whose fault is it? Is it Nintendo's fault or is it the developer's fault for putting games?
Nintendo. Well,
no. We're not going to get into that right now because that's gonna.
SC Forte has convinced you otherwise.
He's right. He's right.
It's not right, man.
Slow-mo. How is he wrong?
Because the root of the issue is that these third-party games are trash because the hardware can't handle it.
But who's making
the hardware? Who made the hardware? Nintendo made the hardware. It's their fault.
No, but whose job is it to optimize?
The L's in Santa's workshop.
What did you say? Workshop?
Who approved of the game and say that game is go ahead, it's ready? Go ahead and put that game out.
The developer did.
Oh, and Nintendo approves of it. It's got to go through Nintendo.
Wait, okay. Well, I want to get
seal of approval.
Okay, hold on, wait. I want to get B Money's opinion on this. B. So there's this debate out there that there's one side that says it's Nintendo's fault for these games, these ports, these third-party games not running well because they put out lesser than capable hardware per se. And there's a school of thought that also says, no, wait, it's not Nintendo's fault, it's the developer's fault.
I mean, I'll probably lay right in the middle of it, man. To be totally honest, it's a little bit of both, man. I've said for many months now that the ports have to stop. You know what I mean? If you really want to take advantage of the hardware, then create a game for the hardware.
Yep.
And as far as Nintendo is concerned, like they have always been behind the 8-ball. Like this is nothing new since the existence. You know what I mean? Nintendo, they've been kind of behind the 8-ball. So that power has never been their thing. It's always been in their IP. And we can see that with, you know what I mean, month after month. We have the same strong IP from Nintendo in the top 10 at NPD. So, you know what I mean, they rely on their IP to shine through on the deficits of their hardware. And it's up to developers to take advantage of the hardware. So I would have to say I lay right in the middle of the sand on that one.
Yeah. But Slow-mo, you're saying it's outdated hardware, but it's mobile hardware, isn't it? Isn't this a mobile platform?
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
so
what?
from a mobile perspective, it's not really outdated.
See, no, it's out. Look, when you call yourself a console, this is as far as I need the Nintendo fans to stop picking and choosing when the Switch is going to be a mobile portable system and when it's going to be a console. Because whenever it's outselling Xbox and PlayStation games, it's a console. Yeah, you know, this console is doing so great.
Wait,
every time. I
just want to ask you a question real quick.
Every time we see Wolfenstein 2 at 360p, it's portable. No, you can't pick and choose when your platform is going to be what it is. And if you want this to actually be Nintendo's flagship console, then you need to be able to run third-party software. And at the way it is right now, the Switch is never going to be able to run Madden. It's never going to be able to run, and like you're not going to get the mainstay third-party Call of Duty, Battlefield, Madden, FIFA, the big time casual gamer games where these casual gamers are going to go
Slow-mo.
and actually
Slow-mo, we got to throw in 2K. If 2K
Okay.
can do it, the developers have that.
Thank you.
But then how?
That's why I say
how does it run? How does it run?
Runs fine. It runs absolutely fine.
Hey, Slow-mo, real quick, I don't want to interrupt you, but I don't know why you made every Nintendo fan sound like Hulk Hogan. But Chief told me, he says PUBG runs like shit on my Xbox One, but it runs good on the X. Whose fault is it?
That is on Bluehole. That's on the publisher.
Whoa. Why?
Your money.
Wait, why is it on Blue? Oh, by the way, I'm going to get on Bluehole because did you see the tour, Major Nelson?
Yeah.
Did you see Bluehole Studios?
Yeah.
They baller.
They ball. That money.
They live in their best life.
Development.
We'll get that.
I will tell you why I blame Bluehole for that. because we know the hardware is capable. It's the same engine that is running Fortnite, and Fortnite looks really good on the Xbox One X. Why is it that your game can't run on that? It's because the developer is lacking.
But they got a mimosa machine.
Sounds like it. He's crazy. He said he said the rubber band
and no preview copy.
The rubber banding had to do with the mimosa machine. It's not our fault.
It's a rubber banding, or we can get a mimosa machine.
Do we fix the pop-ins, or do we
like? Well, you know, the guy that was supposed to take care of that pop-in. You know, we bought him this vibrating office chair, and so he fell asleep at his terminal. So therefore, he didn't get that done in this patch. My bad. Like that's what's going on at Bluehole. You know, they Scrooge not Scrooge McDuck.
They finessed us, man.
Which duck is swimming in money?
Scrooge.
Yeah. It is Scrooge. Yeah, they jumping in the money and swimming in it. You know, that's what they doing. They not spending that money on the game.
Come on, for real talk. They Scrooge McDuck, but at the same time, when Fortnite is passing them, they're sitting there looking like Steven from Django, like pissed off, angry.
Oh, wow.
Talking about suing people and stuff.
Yeah. All right, so let's get back to. We'll have to have this debate another time, but
absolutely.
I think B and Eric agree with me, so you get a low for that. So
he did not agree with you.
He more or less did.
You take an L for even insinuating.
You're speaking hairs, man. But we'll get back to that another time. So Gamescom 2018. It seems like I'm the only one that caught Inside Xbox. And look, it was pretty much
True Control. I was at work, so I didn't get to watch it. But it sounded like from what most people said, it was horrible. Like,
low key, I was at work watching it on my cell phone, so I did watch it.
Okay, but the same problem with all
phone crash.
The same problem with all these Xboxes. The pacing was terrible. It was boring. There was filler. I mean, like. There were some cool announcements there.
Like said, there was Major Nelson.
Let me tell you something. I caught heat for this. Major Nelson has to go. I don't think he resonates
for a while, man.
I mean, but let me ask you guys something.
Let's go behind the scenes or something.
Do you feel like he resonates well with gamers today?
No, not at all. He
resonates well with the people who have been rocking with Xbox for a while and they want to hold him to the nostalgia factor of it.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, Major Nelson's been around for like 15 years. I feel like, but no, it's crazy.
Remastered him.
It's crazy because what did you say? They remastered him.
They need to remaster Major Nelson. Yo, Xbox enhanced Major Nelson.
Major, we're gonna need you to get that 4K Botox. No, but you know what's crazy? It's like I thought the Master Chief Collection in 4K. HDR, 60 frames a second multiplayer. I thought that was a pretty big announcement because it's their biggest franchise, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Major Nelson didn't even really seem excited about it.
He never seems excited about anything.
It's like the guy that used to sell like what's that soap cleaner? OxyClean. Yeah, OxyClean.
Yeah.
Remember how excited that guy was?
Yeah.
He was so excited.
Billy Mays.
Yeah, real talk. The studio I used to work for, they used to shoot the commercials there. I could hear that dude like in my office from like around the corner.
Wow, that's awesome, yeah.
I want to go out and buy OxyClean.
Those guys and the Flex Seal guys used to shoot at my studio.
But did you want to go out and buy some OxyClean? I bet you did. Man. Yeah, I'm telling you. And so like here he is with, and he's like, he almost sounds like he's trying. He would be good like if someone was like, if they needed like a pitch man for like some high end champagne, right? Like someone like quiet, with like a British accent, proper, but he's just like
somebody selling caskets.
Wow. Oh, have you Yeah,
and no, we're not insinuating Xbox is dead. So please,
no, not at all. I was just saying,
please don't unsub. We're just
no,
it was just
no,
a joke.
but it's just. I know. Look, but if you're gonna do this show, you know, what I'm saying,
you're taking it too seriously, man.
I know, right? But if you're gonna do this show, you need to cut it, make it like 40 minutes, and just keep it tight. Because
facts,
you cut it to like 30, 40 minutes. Even if you don't have a lot to talk about, you didn't waste a lot of people's time. But if you're trying to stretch, people start to recognize the fact that you're stretching.
Yeah. Well, that's what it feels like. It feels like they're just doing it for the sake of doing it. And it's kind of like they're just going with the motions. And again, I go back to the Master Chief Collection announcement. I thought that was a good announcement. And he just he didn't sell it. Like he didn't seem hyped. It's like, he seems like, what he seems like to me? Like he's there just doing his job.
Yeah.
Like I'm here to collect.
He's been there for a long time, man. That kind of thing happens, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Once you start to get too comfortable, man, it just sets in like that.
Yeah.
You're just there going through the motions.
Yeah, he needs either a new role or he needs to just go find like a new opportunity out there somewhere, something that may excite him. And I'm not even just trying to be like funny or anything. He seems to me like he doesn't enjoy this anymore. And so, I would hate for someone to wake up in the morning and just kind of just be like, another day, like that. That's not what you want.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, Slow-Mo, but before I forget, because I'll forget this point, do you guys remember the reveal of 2013 Xbox One, right, at E3?
Mm-hmm.
Remember his interview with Angry Joe?
Yeah, Angry Joe was on his ass.
But Angry Joe he was. But Angry Joe was so excited, and Major Nelson was so like monotone. Like, smile, dude. Smile.
Like you're trying to sell a product.
Smile.
Like this is your job, really. You are trying to sell a product. Act like you actually want to be there and you like the product. Like, to me, he looks like a dude that don't even play games.
He says he does.
Okay. Yeah, like I don't believe you. Like I believe Phil Spencer plays games. Not because the people like Rand actually play with him, but because the guy actually shows compassion for the gaming industry.
Yes,
the guy went to PAX and actually spoke, eloquently for like an hour about just gaming in general and toxicity in gaming. He completely left his company out of it and was just a gamer for in 45 minutes to an hour. Like, people can say whatever they want about Phil Spencer, but you gotta respect the fact that the guy actually plays games and he enjoys what he does in this industry. That's something that you don't really see from Major Nelson. You don't really see that level of enthusiasm and being engaged in what you're doing. Right. And for that to be his job and you don't convey that to the gamer, it's not a good look.
Right. I agree. And people probably think that we're going in on Major Nelson just to go in on, but it's not that. It's like, you're going to do this show, this Inside Xbox, and we all like keep kind of tuning in for it. And then the result seems to keep being the same. People are like, watched it. There are some parts of it that I dug, and then the other parts was just too long and too slow and whatever the case may be. But he's still like a major part of it. And it sounds like a lot of people more and more is like building that momentum of people saying, yeah, Major's got to, something's got to happen with that.
I mean, we can't be the only ones saying this, right, Eric?
No, man. There's no energy around it. And the thing is, you go back to like the G4 days, right? And the stuff that they would put on, like there was energy around the things that they were talking about.
I'm sorry. And Nate, I'm sorry, Eric. Nate goes,
Nate's thinking that. Nate proved that, and Nate ain't lying though, because
he get cheesing when he break out the white gloves, man.
He puts those white gloves on. Exactly.
And Nate says he gets excited, man.
Yeah, he get the cheesing, man, when those white gloves come out, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird because I think he thinks, like, based off of what the comments that people say on Twitter, that he thinks it's like people think it's are laughing with him, but they're not really more laughing at him than with him when it comes to the white gloves. But he doesn't quite really get it that like you're kind of the butt of the joke and not, it's not something that you're doing that's humorous that everyone enjoys. They're just kind of laughing at you as you like seem to have like this really germophobic thing every time you pick up a controller or custom console. You gotta have these gloves on like you Vanna White. Both the price is right or something. Like you're displaying, you know, the new item that someone's about to win. It's just
Right.
like, what are you doing, dude? This is kind of cringy. I mean, like I agree with Eric. Like it's too long. It's way too long, and it seems like they have this directive that it has to be a certain length. Pause of inside Xbox has to be a certain length, and it doesn't need to be that. If you only have 30 minutes of relevant content, then let it be 30 minutes. You know, it's okay. It's I think some of these developer interviews could be cut. I think if a developer doesn't have a community manager who is good at public relations and good at public speaking, then don't bring his ass up there. Like when the dude from No Man's Sky was up there, cringe every time he opened his mouth, cringe. Like the dude is obviously not comfortable in front of the camera. I don't care how great a coder he is, he can't talk in public, and he's very much afraid of getting death threats again. Maybe he should just not be in front of the camera. Like, cut that interview. You know, don't bring Michael Ironside up there if he's not going to talk about Splinter Cell. Everyone's just waiting for him to talk about Splinter Cell. He didn't say anything about Splinter Cell. You know what? Get him out of here. Come on. Look, they had like when you go 10 minutes of talking about how to build that stupid Halo arcade game that's going to be at Dave and Buster's. Why is that there?
That's like a waste. You can do that like in a YouTube video.
Yes. Look, I said it on Twitter. That Inside Xbox for Gamescom was no different than any other Inside Xbox on any other month. It could have been the Inside Xbox for May. It was just the same that we keep seeing. And like, you know, they have a huge opportunity with Inside Xbox because they have a platform that people kind of look forward to. Sometimes some people look forward to laugh at. Sometimes people are looking forward to actually see some relevant information. But once a month, you have a platform that Sony and Nintendo don't really have. You don't really need to wait into Gamescom or the Game Awards show or E3. You can drop like exclusive first looks at your new games coming out on Inside Xbox and get all the attention for that week. More attention than you would get at a game show where you're competing against other games, you know, for attention.
Yeah.
It's perfect. But they're not using
everything. You could be indie spotlighting, you could be like talking up, you know, games that have particular enhancements around the X, you know, some of the things that go into that. And I mean, I know you mentioned like, you know, Sony and Nintendo don't really have that, but think about when Nintendo actually does a direct. Like they do a hard in and a hard out, and it doesn't waste your time, you know. And you come away feeling like you got the information, you feel hype about it, and then they're in and out.
Yep, and it's the talk of the week.
Yeah,
it's like whatever games they show, everyone's talking about it for like at least a week, and that's what they could do. Imagine if like the next Ninja Theory game was on the next Inside Xbox. That would be all the talk. You don't have to wait until E3 to you know show us these games. You can show us early.
Bottom line is we don't need these corny ass people on this soundstage. Get into these developer studios and talk to these people. You know what I'm saying? And like
facts,
and show what's going on like with the games and how you know they're being enhanced for your platform or you know some of the things that are coming up. It's just too much hokiness.
Yeah, and I 1000% agree with you, E. And also know your audience. Your audience for Inside Xbox are hardcore gamers. Ain't no casual gamers watching Inside Xbox. None of them. They don't even know they exist. So when you do things when you're trying to promote State of Decay 2 and you have live people doing some weird like zombie like cringe like reality TV show thing, no one wants to see that. Your hardcore audience does not care about that. They care about looking at the actual game and see where they will actually want to play it or not, or have someone up there actually showing you the ins and outs of the game. Like, understand your audience. Your audience is no casual gamers are watching that. So give the hardcore gamer what they're looking for.
Yeah,
I agree with that 100%. And again, they have an issue of being able to promote, I think, and get people excited about their games. and I brought this up in my rant the other day. I said, you know, if you contrast what they do versus what Sony does, and Sony has a little bit of advantage. They're in the movie industry, they're in the music industry. They get it, right? They have they know how to promote entertainment, you know. So, but they got to figure that out, because I go back to that Master Chief thing, and even the consoles, like I felt like the consoles, like those customized consoles, were kind of half-hearted attempts of, you know, we all sit here, we've made fun of, you know, Sony's custom consoles with, oh, you know, it looks like they're putting a sticker on top of, you know, of the console, but like that Battlefield 5 console wasn't even like, you know, really get me excited. It's like a
It looked like some sand blew across the top of it.
Exactly.
Or like half of it was set out in the sun for too long.
Yeah,
it's just like, what is this? Like, whose idea was that?
Let's not front like that's the first time. See, people tend to forget this, and I know dudes like Enrique said, like go in on the Sony console, right? And yeah, some of them are like, really, y'all threw a sticker on it. But I would still go down maintaining. I'm like, what was so special about the Scorpio edition?
Nothing,
man.
They wrote on it with a green metallic Sharpie. Said probably that was it.
Yeah,
he said Scorpio edition.
Yeah, and then even on the controller, it was like diagonal, not diagonal, but
yeah, it's a Scorpio edition. Yeah,
yeah, the lettering turned sideways and vertical. Yeah, I'm like, really?
Yep.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You can't really go in on that, but you were hyped about the Project Scorpio edition, but you're going on about how bland the Spider-Man console looks or how lazy this and that. Come on.
Yeah. Hey, Slimo, that's right. I am excited for PUBG going 1.0. Yes.
And then like you said, you get the Battlefield 5, and you're just like, I don't even know what color that is.
I was like, is that like an off gold? What is that?
It was
mud.
so weird.
Mud.
I really want someone to explain the motivation of that design to me, or if you can call that a design. We just gonna make like half of it, like,
especially when you just came out with like the Shadow Black controller, which is a pretty unique take on doing like translucent and this and that.
I did actually. I tell you what, that Shadow Black controller looks kind of hot though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that controller was pretty cool.
Yeah,
it does. So you know, you think about doing something like that. You know,
yeah, they could have did something like that with the console, and then that Shadow Black controller, you know, would have been part of the Battlefield bundle. That would have been a pretty sweet deal.
Oh, I agree, man. That would have been a nice deal. Yeah. But it just doesn't feel.
What do we know?
Yeah, we're not
playing shit all the time.
You know? Yeah, that's true, man. But that's the thing. Like, you know, I go back to like I see people criticizing Sony with the sticker. And we made fun of Sony, and you know, with the sticker stuff. You know
what I say about the Sony console is that they just should treat them like Happy Meals, dude. Put the stickers in the box.
Exactly.
Let people sit Indian style on the floor.
Yeah, like that trash God of War console would look. I mean, people had to tell you, yeah, that's supposed to be Kratos' axe on the console.
I didn't know it was that. If you have to tell me what it is, that's not good.
Yeah, but you know, that's better than what we saw with these custom consoles they showed yesterday. Like honestly, I would have been cool with, like, say the Fallout 76 one. You know, I don't know, is it Pip-Boy? Is that the name of that mascot? Yeah, if they would have had his face and the doing the thumbs up and the
Vault Boy
smile.
Is it Vault Boy?
Vault Boy, that's it. Yeah, Vault Boy. If they would have had like a big sticker of him on the console, I've been like, I mean, that would have been better than what they got.
How hot would that have been? Seriously.
Nice.
Yeah. You know, because then you know when you see him, you know what that property, you know what that IP is. That's Fallout. You know, and that would have been better than what we got.
I didn't get Battlefield 5 from that customized console. No. Nothing about that console said Battlefield 5.
I just see Xbox One X. This is all I see.
Yeah. But yeah, they did talk about PUBG releases and 1.0. Is it September 4th? I think this date's correct. I'm not sure if I'm getting the date correct, but it is really. And they gave us a tour of Blue Hole in South Korea, and I was like, okay, these guys have.
This is where your $30 is going.
Yeah, right. Did you see the cafeteria sleep pods? They had a room.
They got everything over there, man.
Yeah, they do look like Google headquarters.
Damn.
I'm like, you guys. I'm like, you son of a bitch. You guys.
Hey, that actually would have pissed me off. But if no, for real, if I was like a hard PUBG player, which I'm not, but I'd have been like, really? Like, I know they said the game is much better now. It's like come a long way, but
it has. It's a lot better.
Still trashy.
But you still, yeah.
Oh, come on,
Thank
B.
you.
B, why do you think it's trash, man?
The game is garbage, man.
Like Fortnite, man.
B, wait, why do you think it's trash, man? It's so much better now.
No, the game's still garbage.
They still have what, 1 or 2 maps?
Yeah, I think
and I heard that nobody cares about
2 maps, but you could do the preview. There's a because I was playing with big shout out to Lord King David. I was playing with Lord King.
Oh, you almost ended up in the bushes, by the way, on Sunday.
Oh yeah, yeah. Lord King was he's calling me out a little bit. But no, I was on Lord King the other day, and I downloaded the like preview something. I forget what it is. And like there's weather effects now.
Was that on the public test server? I know.
Yeah, the public test server. Yeah, that's it is. Yeah,
man. PUBG is the only game that gives you loot crates, and you open the loot crate, and it's like a dingy used T-shirt, like a dingy used white beater with like sweat stains on it. I'm like this is what I got from this loot crate, really? Like a rag someone used to clean the house with. Like, what is this?
Hey, that's all right, man. Well, okay, so speaking of loot crates and stuff, when Luke and I were playing Destiny, and you were in the live chat with us, Slomo. You and I forget who you were playing with. You guys were playing Division. Yeah. So check this out, guys. So like Luke and I
that was one of my friends, Smile. What's up, Smile? She's probably listening. Go ahead.
Yeah. So we're playing, right? Luke and I are playing. We're like, all right, yeah, let's we're trying to come up with like strategery, for this Nightfall strike, and all we hear with Slomo and his friend is, okay, we're gonna go down the block here, and we gotta go find some balls of yarn, and we have to go knit.
Oh my gosh, here we go.
And that was like the entire conversation. Someone was like, "Oh, I'm getting cold. I gotta find a new sweater. We gotta go get some more yarn."
Okay, first of all,
that's it. So let's go back to Gamescom.
No. Let me retort. We were playing the Division survival mode, which a lot of people will say is probably one of the best parts of the Division. It's a great mode. If you have the Division and you have access to it, check it out. You probably have a lot of fun. And in that, there's a huge snowstorm going on, and there's like a cold factor. You can freeze to death in the elements being outside if you don't find enough cold like clothes to be
no. If you don't find enough yarn, that's what it comes down to.
At no point is there any yarn.
Yes, you guys said yarn. Slow-mo, you guys said we need to find more balls of yarn.
This is not what this is not said. There is no yarn in the game, so we didn't say that.
Do I need to get Luca in here?
Luca lies just like you. Both of y'all.
Oh, Luca's a liar now. Okay,
you guys sit on a throne of lies. So I'm not. Look. We were discussing the best way. It's strategy because you gotta figure out like what
you gotta figure out more than knit a sweater.
No, yarn mechanics confirmed. That's
exactly. Thank you.
You have to figure out: do you want to get clothes? You want to like try to get more clothes so you can survive out in the elements longer, or do you want to just try to get gear up and get weapons and gear to fight off the enemies?
Let me ask you something. You're the Division, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're playing this game.
Mm-hmm.
How do you not know? I mean, you're in New York City. It's snowing. How do you not know? How does your character not bring enough gear?
Oh well, I mean, like there's a whole cutscene that happens prior to that. Basically, your character didn't bring its normal gear because it's kind of a cop out. It's like, why would you not be prepared for this situation when you normally are? But you're wearing a hazmat suit, a thin hazmat suit with a mask because you're supposed to be going into the dark zone to get these antivirals to help create a vaccine for the virus that has decimated New York. And this huge snowstorm comes in out of nowhere, and your chopper crashes, and you got injured from the crash, and then your injury bleeding all over the place. It gets infected. So now you only have like your Isaac system that gives you like updates and stuff, tells you only have an hour to live before you will succumb to the infection. And so you have to get into the dark zone.
Oh boy!
Find the antivirals, extract it, and get out of there within that hour. And you can find medicine and painkillers to kind of slow that down. But basically, you got enemies out there who are, trying to kill you. All you have is a pistol. That's all you start out with. And then you have to kill enemies, take their gear, put it on, get clothes, put it on to try to get warmer as you try to find your way into the dark zone, where once you get there, it's even worse. Enemies are even harder to kill. The virus is active everywhere. So you got to have a filter that you got to make before you go in. Survival mode is just excellent. Yes, Nate. The mode sounds dope. It is dope. Thank you.
Sounds like you need to do some dope to play it.
I'm sorry. Look, I would.
I don't like that shit.
Look, you know what? I'm gonna do something. Hey, Ricky, you got the division, right?
No, I don't play. Look, I don't play.
No, you have the game, don't you?
Yes.
Okay. It's in Game Pass. Do you have survival mode?
No, it's garbage.
I would invite you to play it with me. You would.
Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. I would rather spend my time playing something that's actually good.
Well, then this, good, because this is actually good. So
okay, so we're gonna move on to
falling into my trap.
No, we're gonna move to more Gamescom stuff. So let's see here. Hey, we finally have a release date for Shenmue 3. Anyway, I'm excited for Shenmue 3. You guys excited for it?
Kind of, sort of, yeah. Like I like Shenmue in the past, but it's been a while, and I barely remember a lot of the story. So I would probably want to, if I was going to go do that, I would probably need to play those remasters first, just to try to get myself
which just dropped this week, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not getting the remasters. I don't got time to play them.
How are they doing? You hear anybody talking about them or anything?
I don't know anyone's playing them.
I saw Digital Foundry's videos on them.
Yeah. What about you, B? You know anyone's playing them?
Yeah, there's I know a few people playing it. Like it doesn't entice me because they didn't actually redo any of the assets.
Mm-hmm.
They usually just put it on a disc and put it out for the new consoles, which it's very disappointing. Even though the game's only $30, it's like, yo, you can give me a little bit of effort. So
it's like they did the bare minimum to get it ready and get it out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, that's
when I found that out. That's kind of what made me go, because I never played them back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I never played them back in the day.
Have you played Yakuza?
Yeah, I played Yakuza.
Well, yeah, Yakuza kind of like really takes. I haven't played Yakuza yet. I got Yakuza 0, but I'm going to try to play it soon. But from what everyone that has played Yakuza and enjoys Yakuza, they say it takes a lot of elements from Shenmue. So I think
does. It's almost like a spiritual successor to Shenmue, and Shenmue for its time was Shenmue was a trendsetter.
It was very innovative.
I never finished any of the Shenmues, is what I should say. Like I dabbled in them. So when I played Yakuza, I was like, oh, okay, I could kind of see a little bit of that, that lifeline in there.
Mm-hmm.
But what I understand is Yakuza takes it to like the next level as far as like things you can do, the fighting system and all that stuff like that.
What's crazy is that for me, when I think of Shenmue, it's like it's been 20 years since its initial release.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about, I think someone mentioned, maybe it was you mentioned nostalgia earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, this to me as a gamer, there's so much nostalgia for me for this game because 20 years ago, think about where I was in my life and where I was in terms of gaming and the types of games that were out and where the technology was taking gaming. And this was such a trendsetter. This game was very expensive to make at the time,
right? And
influenced so many other games after it. We finally get to see the end of the story.
Mm-hmm.
Not to spoil it for anyone, but this is it. Like this ends the actual story of Shenmue, and it's just like when I'm not gonna lie, I got a little choked up when I saw the date August 27, 2019. I'm like, wow, finally, I can't wait.
Right. No, see, I'm kind of like B, like in this day and age, especially with people, finding Yakuza and kind of, wanting to go back and find like Shenmue, like they had like an opportunity to really like celebrate. You really do something like really, really special with it. And to hear that it's really just kind of being put on, what do you call it, like disc or being made available for download or whatever, and that's kind of it, like without any major like enhancement or touches, or anything like that. Yeah, that is kind of disappointing.
Yeah, no, that's disappointing. I mean, like B Money said, man, they didn't redo any of the assets. That's but I mean, nostalgia is a hell of a drug, man. That could have been done on purpose. They figure, hey, how much do we really need to? There's enough people out there that are going to buy it anyway.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
People are going to buy it anyway.
Right.
Exactly. One other game that kind of really which I didn't know they were working on, but Supermassive Games is coming out with a.
Yes.
Did you guys see this?
Yes, man. I can't wait. I love Supermassive. They're great. I love them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hyped. And this is going to be a multi-plat game.
Yeah.
Yep. So
this is awesome. Like it's basically the spiritual follow-up to Until Dawn, and it's from what I say, it's kind of like a horror movie, right? But it's an anthology.
Yeah,
it's gonna be serious. Yeah,
which is great.
Wow, dude! I when I saw this, I was blown out of the water. I was like, yo, this sounds pretty hot. I'm excited.
Yeah, and I love everything Supermassive does. They are, I think, the only. They're in that kind of that vein of like the Telltales, the Quantic Dreams, but I love the way they handle things. They get real actors, they mocap them. The
too much mocap.
the performances are top notch though. And what I love about Until Dawn is that your choices really matter, and that's something that doesn't always happen in every Telltale game, but your choices really matter in Until Dawn, and you can have all of those stupid kids survive, or you can have all those stupid kids die. It's all about what you've done, and you when it's all said and done and people die, you're just like, you know what, that was on me. I should have just stayed still. I shouldn't have tried to run. That was my bad. But I do wonder if this new game is going to be within the same universe, or somehow would take use of my previous game save. Because if that's the case, then I'm gonna get it on my PlayStation again. But if not, if I know that my One X is going to look better on my One X, I'm probably going to pick it up on the One X next year. But I'm so excited. Like, Supermassive makes good games. I'm a fan of their work. I can't wait.
I'll tell you what, guys. I think
they're super talented, man. They dabble in a little bit of everything, and they put out content on a consistent basis. So, I mean, there shouldn't be something that we have to wait on, for years to get the next entry in the series. So,
right.
Yeah.
I tell you what, though, man. With them going multi-plat,
that's big.
No, not even that. But if I was Telltale, I'd be thinking about that. Because Telltale, for the longest, people have been saying, fix that engine. It's a damn shame. They almost mean like the blue hole. The whole
wow.
All this dough at one point. Like, why's your engine still garbage?
Right.
So you have a company like Supermassive, jumping into like the multi-plat, arena or whatever, and doing like the kind of episodic thing that they're doing. It won't be too long before some of these companies like Marvel and whatever are looking at them and say, hey, we want you to do something, episodic with some of our games or whatever.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? I still have the game. I still haven't played Until Dawn. I have it.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Ooh,
what?
Slow-mo. Give him that L.
No,
man. We got a whole Santa Claus bag full of L's for you.
I'm throwing a loaf of white bread right at your head right now. Okay, you haven't played Until Dawn yet.
Wait, B, why do I get a Santa Claus bag?
Santa Claus bag full of L's.
Full of L's,
exactly. Full
all
of
different sizes.
Wait, let me state my case here.
I need to calm down. Sorry.
Let me state my case. B, Slimmo was like, I'm gonna throw a loaf of bread at your head.
About to screw out on you, man.
Yeah, no, but I mean, seriously, look, let me just state my case. There's been so many games. There's been so many games. I can't play everything. I'm only one man.
You can play that one.
You can play that one. And look, Enrique, I'm telling you, look, seriously, I will do me a favor. Just play the game.
No, I'll play it.
Stop whatever you're playing right now. Stop playing PUBG for the 500th time and play Until Dawn. You already have the game. I know, like at one point it was free on PS Plus. I already owned it, but I was like, hey, this is a digital version, even better. Man, Until Dawn is awesome. Just play the game. And then you see what we're talking about, why we're so excited about Man of Medan. Is it Man of Medan? Man of Medan?
I think it's what is it? It's
I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, something like that.
Man of Medan.
Man of Medan, yeah.
Like one playthrough, because you can do multiple, of course, but one playthrough, that's like 5 hours, 5-6 hours, something like that.
Wow.
And I played through it about 3 times because my first time through, I got 2 people killed. And then my third time through, I ended up getting more people killed somehow in the end. And so I was like, you know what? That's it. I said, all right, I'm going to get this right. Like I had actually started the whole thing over. And I remembered how the mistakes I made before, because the way I ended in my second time through, what I made the mistakes of, I was like, okay, make sure the black guy doesn't do this, and then I did something opposite, but it was just like, hey, there's another way he can die right after that, and like, whoops, I made that mistake, so I tried my best to make sure that I was very careful, but I got everyone to live. And that's when I was like, okay, I will finally put this game to rest. But it is my favorite game on PlayStation 4 right now.
Slow-mo put it on his back. I'm going to save all these white children.
Exactly. I'm saving all these dumb people
who decided to go on a snow mountain.
So dumb. Oh my gosh. But it's so like horror movie-ish, you know?
So
like
it hits that note perfectly.
Yeah, you see are you really gonna have sex now? Like, is this really the time for that? You know, like that kind of deal. Like, oh, you really gonna be petty over that argument I had later, earlier.
Right.
In this situation, it's just like it's so on the nose with horror movies.
Yep.
Yeah, it was so good, man. My wife, I started playing it on my profile, and my wife came in. She's like, "Oh, what are you playing?" And she got like really into it, so she started her own profile. That was the reason she started PlayStation profile. She played the game by herself, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
My wife was the opposite. She came and watched me playing it. She saw a dude standing behind wasn't a hidden vegetarian hot tub. She's like, nope. She's like, nope, not playing that. She was like, I'm out.
Yeah. My wife hates gaming and she hates my hobby, but when she watched me like a little bit, came into the room, watched me playing it, she was like, "Oh, what's this?" Sat down, started watching. "Oh, is that the girl from that?" And I'm like, "Yeah." "Is that the guy from Mr. Robot?" "Yeah." And then next thing you know, she was just engrossed in it. Like, and that's only happened like 2 or 3 times, but she really enjoyed it. So, like, it to Enrique's, bum ass who has the entire audience listening who has a PlayStation 4. Just do yourself a favor. The game is old as dirt now. It's probably $10 if you like, or less or whatever. Buy the game and you're welcome.
Yep.
All right.
Man, for real, man. Like, even if you don't get to it like right around the corner, like Spider-Man and all that stuff coming out, that's like the perfect Halloween game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just like, sitting like cruise through it, man.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. Yeah.
Until then, you're Captain L, the newest superhero.
Wow.
Dun dun dun.
Wow. Okay. All right. Okay.
Captain L, he throws superpowered loaves of bread at
All right, moving on. We also saw. Do you guys see the Devil May Cry 5 footage? I just thought it looked pretty good.
Looks good. Looks really good.
That looks like all the nonsense I want from a Devil May Cry.
Yes.
Like, no damn. Let's just go. Just throw all the nonsense in one pot.
It is.
Why is Dante cutting up people with his motorcycle though, man?
That's what I'm saying. Let's just do it. We're gonna do it. Let's just do it.
So that to me, that's like Devil May Cry. Like that's what that franchise is about. Like that over the top action. That crazy shit that you don't see in other games.
I said the same thing. I'm like, this dude rode a motorcycle and split that shit in half.
I'm like, yeah, right.
I said only Dante would do that.
Yeah.
But I like that they made him look a little older, a little more grizzled.
Yeah, yeah. It looks
what
good.
Was that, what was that thing with the blade that Nero jumped on? It was like riding on it like a
around.
Yeah.
No, that was it. It looks badass though, man.
Yeah, man. I'm all
But like, I don't know if you guys saw like the developer talk about like they were just talking about some like the new features of the game. Like there's like what was like some special like attack move you can do. Shit, I can't remember now.
Oh, yeah, I think I remember it. But they said it's like a whole bunch of new move sets.
Yeah, like one of the like the power move, like it's like if you don't time it right, like you get penalized for it. So like it seems like they're trying to make like the combat a little bit deeper.
Yeah, that's good. You know, when compared to the stuff that's out right now, it can't just be a hack and slash game.
No, I agree, B. I think trying to add some layers to the combat system.
Find that happy medium. Like, don't be too button mashy, too hack and slash, but don't try to be a Souls game.
Right.
You know, so.
But you know, it's as I was watching Devil May Cry and I saw Dante split his bike, I immediately thought of Rise for some reason. I was like, this game.
Direct inspiration, man.
You know what made me think about Rise? Blue Hole Studios. Where they showed, I'm like, only Rise blesses people like this.
Oh man. I tell you what, another Gamescom trailer that I thought would look pretty great was Shadows Die Twice.
Yes,
man.
Yeah. They won, man.
Oh, that game. Let me ask you something. Did you guys get a little bit of like Ninja Gaiden Tenchu cross with like Souls type vibes?
Yeah, man. They definitely sped up the combat from a traditional Souls game. Looks like that combat is gonna be pretty deep tall Yeah, I'm all for that.
Mm-hmm. And if it's like kind of what you were saying, be like more like a dark, like Ninja Gaiden versus like, or Ninja Gaiden versus like a Souls. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, I'm all for that.
But it's still gonna have like those Souls bosses. Like you look at some of the bosses they showed. Some of the bosses are pretty big. The end of the trailer showed him, I guess, the main character crossing the bridge. There's that giant snake that comes out.
Yeah. I mean that's a lot of Ninja Gaiden stuff though. You know what I mean? Like people forget that. A lot of Ninja Gaiden bosses were pretty big too.
Yeah. You're right, B. And Gaiden was not an easy game.
Oh hell no.
Yeah.
Man, I used to rage so bad on Ninja Gaiden 2, man. Oh man.
Yeah, Ninja Gaiden was not an easy game.
Oh no.
Like I said, we gotta stop that Rise disrespect.
Yeah.
That being said, we need to thank the almighty Rise for that Subaru statue. That $90.
Hey,
all praise to Rise.
You know, in the beginning, there was Rise.
Yeah, exactly. Like he said, hey, on the seventh day.
On the seventh day.
Got rested. Played Rise.
Got arrested and played Rise. He's so blasphemous. You need to put that on your Twitter handle, man. Like on your, like on your profile.
Oh yeah, man. I'm sure there are people out there who are sensitive who every time that's said or mentioned, they see red. But it is what it is.
Nate brings up a great point in live chat. He says, he goes, I need Capcom to stop playing and give me some Onimusha. I mean, God, every time I see a game like this, I think of Onimusha.
Yeah, we talked about this last week, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Microsoft,
get on it, man.
I mean, why?
On the book, man.
Yeah, open it. Like Phil, seriously, and don't let Major Nelson reveal it. Open up. Yeah, you're right.
Not white glove treatment.
No, fuck that. No, not for that game.
Dude, because think about anytime there's a game that sort of like falls in that look, people are like automatically comparing it to Onimusha. Remember when Neo dropped?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't. Yeah, sometimes I don't understand these developers. Like you have fans.
The new Sony first party game. Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So it's like you have people asking for it. Like kind of answer for it.
Yeah. Hey, big shout out to the Iron Lords in the live chat. What's up? I believe that's Lord Cognito.
Hey, Cog.
Yep. What up, Cog?
But yeah, I'm hyped for Shadows Die Twice. I mean, that the gameplay, the action, the boss battles. I'm ready, and it launches March 22nd, 2019. Let me tell you
And
something.
a grappling hook. The grappling hook is the thing to me. That was the thing to me that kind of made me feel like, you know, it kind of gives credence to what B was saying about it being more like Gaiden or something to that effect.
Yep.
Because a Souls type game with a grappling hook would just be kind of odd.
Right.
You know, so it seems like it's kind of going to be a little bit more like fast paced. You know, like tough, but not like crazy. Even though they've been touting that it's going to be tougher than Souls, but they always kind of say that, right?
Right.
Yeah, they always do say that.
Yeah, get you salivating.
I'll tell you what, guys. 2019. It's funny because like we've talked about the new consoles releasing 2020. 2019 is going to be a good year.
I remember, man. 2013 was a good year too.
Yes, Rise came out.
Yeah, it was 2013 before new consoles came out, man. That was a good passing of the torch, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
No, it definitely was. There was some great content. But I mean, 2019. I mean, we Shenmue. We have Assassin's Creed, which we find out now that it's not releasing this year, which I think is good. Take a year off. Let that polish that game up.
Well, no, they're going to release Odyssey, but after Odyssey, they're taking a year.
Oh, I thought okay. Then I misread that. Never mind.
Yeah. And you know, I'm not an Assassin's Creed fan. I'm usually not a fan of stealth games in general, but it's kind of evolved from. Yeah, well, yeah, I am. But it's kind of evolved past stealth to more of like a different kind of like Origins was a different kind of game, and I'm looking at Odyssey, and I mean, I skipped Origins because like I said, I don't really do Assassin's Creed, but this one I think I might pick up. Because it seems like more right down my alley. And I saw some content from it where there's the female protagonist. She had like dialogue choices, and I don't know how far that goes, but it really reminded me of, you know, some older BioWare games that had that kind of option. So I'm thinking, all right, let me give it a shot. Let me see what happens. But I agree with them taking a year off and I agree with you about that because when they took a year off is when they came out with Origins, and Origins was
great,
it was well received, and previously before that, people had some real misgivings with some of the content they were coming out with Unity and how poorly that game was when it first came out. It should not have been released like that. Period.
Right.
And just mundane and it got to the point where it was just really a lot like you would see Call of Duty and Battlefield, where it's just the game, you know what you're getting from the game, and that kind of game can't do what Call of Duty does,
Right. You start getting fatigued, but because I think what you're kind of seeing is like Syndicate paid for the sins of Unity, and Syndicate is actually a good game. But I think people were burned out on Assassin's Creed at that point, and B, just kind of like not really trusting it because of what happened with Unity, right?
Yeah.
But they had that dual protagonist system, like the twins, like the brother and sister.
Right.
And you could pick either one on the fly. You could roll one through the whole game, or you could go back and forth. And they had their dialogue chains and the whole nine. So it looks kind of what they did with Origins to say, let's just get a new foundation, change it up. And like you said, Slow-Mo, it's like, AC used to always be about stealth. Now it kind of seems like they're taking the approach of you kind of go at it how you want to go at it. If you want to go in it like as a beast and just take everybody on, you can do that. If you want to go stealth, you can do that. And then it's like with Odyssey, it's like they're trying to to marry that new system of Origins with what made Syndicate great, and kind of reintroducing it to people. Say, hey, you kind of missed out on a good thing with us doing the male female protagonist thing, and you choose who you want to play as, or you can play as both throughout the whole thing. So now I really want to see with that next year off what they can bring.
And it's rumored that the next game should be in Japan.
Finally.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
You talk about fans asking for something forever. They've been asking for that forever.
Yeah. So I'd be more than happy for them to take the year off, man. Get that one right. You know what I mean? So when they debut it, it's 100%, and it's everything that everybody's been asking for.
Yeah, and I definitely like Cog is saying, same thing. I prefer like the every other year.
Yeah, most definitely. I think a lot of these games that are annual games should start going to that every other year.
Yeah.
Because you give people time to like, to enjoy it, kind of take their time with it, play through it, but then at the same time miss it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're right. People get fatigued, gamer fatigue. I mean, that's a real thing. I mean, that's what happened with me, Call of Duty, after so many years of back to back releases. Like, okay, whatever, I'm done.
But it wasn't always like that. Like Call of Duty.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't like
every
that.
year. Like, the only thing you got every year was like Madden and the games like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you hear more and more people talking about fatigue from those types of things.
Yeah.
Hey,
and now that we are on a Ubisoft game, is it about time I discuss the Division 2 drama?
Yeah,
let them have it.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Okay. All right. So, fair warning, I might get very livid and angry in the next 5 minutes. So, okay, here we go. So, the Division, Ubisoft and Massive Entertainment released on Monday their game editions for the game, and there are 3 main game editions, but I think if you look at it, there's so much confusion, which is part of the problem. There are additional game editions if you go to their website of other like collectible type things. I mean, you have like this one collectible that's like called I can't remember the name of it, but you get like a figurine of a division agent, some random division agent that is just like, who is that? Like, you don't even know who it is. Like, why would I want that? That's stupid, and it's like $200+. Like, these editions, the cost of them is ridiculous. And if anyone has listened to me rant on about Destiny and Bungie, then you know where I'm about to go with this, as far as like really overcharging the community over content that you're not getting that's really up to snuff. So, okay, main issue here.
Deep breath.
You have 3 different editions. You have a standard edition, which is just, you pre-order the base game and you get access to the beta. Cool. Then you got the gold edition, which is $100. So you think like, wow, this is $40 more than the base game. What comes with this?
Slow-mo, quick question for you.
Yeah.
You get 100. So the one edition is $100, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many balls of yarn do you get with that?
Shut up, Enrique. Anyway, I'm moving on.
So, honest question, man.
So $100. And I'm thinking, like, what are you getting with this when the first year of content is free? I don't understand what you're getting. Oh, for $100, you get a shotgun and a skin, which the shotgun probably would be out leveled after like level 6. And then you also get from what they said, additional, and this is not even on the Xbox store, by the way. You get additional inventory slots. So wait a minute, you're monetizing inventory slots now? This is what we're doing now? You're giving people who spend more money more inventory space when you could just give that to everybody in the game, when considering
did that.
Say what?
Wasn't there another game that did that like last year?
Was it Metal Gear Survive or something? I don't know.
Yeah,
I can't.
It was.
Look,
That's what it was.
It's bonkers. It's freaking ridiculous. It's dumb as hell. Then you got that, but then this is what that's a lot of people are angry about. Big time YouTubers like Skill Up went off on Twitter, and then you see some of the community managers try to come in and damage control it, and like, hey, at the state of the game that comes out tomorrow at 11 a.m., we're gonna explain everything. I'm like, y'all better explain, and it better make sense, because right now the way I'm looking, I'm real heated. Because here's the other deal. So part of that also, if you get the gold or ultimate edition, the freaking ultimate edition is $120. That's 2 games. That's 2 full price games. And what you get with the ultimate edition? Not a damn thing. You get like some stupid ass packs that just don't mean anything by the time you hit level 10. It's dumb as hell. I'm like, what is this nonsense? This is why they made the year 1 content free, because they're overcharging the hell out of you on these game editions. It makes no sense. Here is the real kicker. The part that makes me so angry. And if this is and if they don't explain this in a way where this doesn't turn out the way I think it's going to turn out, I'm just not going to get the game, period. So if you get the gold or ultimate editions, you get access to the game when it launches 3 days early. Okay, I'm cool with that. You know, someone gets to try the game early, that's fine. But it's more than that. You also get, when they come out with this free DLC content throughout the first year, you get that 7 days early. Now, here's the problem with that. And Division players will know what I'm talking about. In the first game, the reason why they lost 90% of the the Division community in 2016 is because they came out with this incursion called Falcon's Loss, and the incursion will give you this gear sets, and those gear sets were OP. They completely destroyed the balance of the game. But part of the other problem was that they had this exploit that made Falcon's Loss, which should have taken 45 minutes to an hour to complete, be able to get exploited and completed in 5 minutes. And so this exploit went all over YouTube, and people were just cheesing it until finally, after like 5 days, Massive and Ubisoft patched it. But when they finally patched it, it was too late. These people had all the gear sets. They had all geared up, and they were going in the dark zone and wrecking everybody. You could not go in the dark zone and not get killed in like a half second. But you couldn't even fight back. And so people were like, I'm quitting. And so many people quit the game. And I'm like, so after that happened, you're going to allow people to pay to get 7 days access to this content before everyone else does? The only way this will work is if they make sure that the new gear that comes out and the new weapons that come out don't come out at the same time as those DLC. They come out at different times. That's the only way this is going to work. If not, the people who paid for the gold and ultimate editions are going to be all decked out in gear by the time everyone else gets access to that content. And guess what's going to happen? You're going to get curb stomped all over the dark zone. It's not cool. I don't like pay to win policies. This is akin to me. It reminds me of Battlefront 2 and EA, which is like, I mean, this game isn't on Battlefront's level, so no one's going to take it there, but I'm there. I'm taking it there. This is just as bad. Ubisoft needs to fix this, or I'm not playing your game. And I've been like, I played The Division more than I played Destiny 1. I checked the hours. I got more hours in. But I'm about to be like, cancel my pre-order, screw your game, I'll play something else. I'll play Anthem next year because I'm not dealing with that. And the whole, some people are saying, well, the shields that people are doing that I'm currently doing now with the survival shield in the current game, they're like all the stuff that people are paying additional money to get for the second game that they are getting. If you do all those shields, you'll get that stuff too. I'm like, that's not the point. Yeah, I may get the same benefits that other people who paid $120 or $100 may get, but I'm like, this is not fair. If I go in the dark zone and I had access to the content 7 days early and I kill somebody, that's not fun to me. It's not competitive. Me murking somebody who can't defend themselves because my gear is so much better than theirs is not fun to me. It's not fun for the person that I just, deleted in 2 seconds or less. And it's not fun to me who's not getting any kind of competitive PvP out of it. Like this stuff is just like, I don't know where these publishers get the idea that they think they can just, have gamers, like create these competitive imbalances and think it's okay and think that like really it's a scheme where it's like if you really love the Division, you have two choices. You either upgrade your pre-order to one of these editions and spend more money to be competitive, or you just don't play the game. And that's really unfortunate. I'm really disappointed. And if they don't address this and correct this stuff tomorrow at the state of the game, 2 middle fingers to Ubisoft, and I'm out. So yeah, ran over. My bad.
Wow. Let me just tell you something, Slimmo, and I know Lord Cognito agrees with me. He says, excuse me, he says, come home, that's Slimmo. Destiny 2.
Right.
I mean, look, man. Hey, Destiny doesn't. Bungie doesn't do that.
No. What Bungie does do is Bungie tells you made certain experience that you didn't make. But hey,
but they're not doing that. Hey, you need to come home and play Destiny 2. I told you this game was garbage. You didn't believe me, and they're doing garbage things that are, questionable. You're not getting any benefit from. Well, I think what you said, the top tier Bungie Division 2 game.
Yeah,
like you're not getting anything from it. Like, this is crazy. Like, but I'll say this much. I'll play devil's advocate here. I think Ubisoft, given what they've done in the past, they'll probably address this.
They probably will, and I hope they do.
Yeah.
They seem to be. And you look at For Honor, you look at Rainbow Six Siege. When they make mistakes and people in the community calls them out on their mistakes, they look at it, they say, you know what, you're right, and they fix it.
Real quick. Big shout out to Lord Kayabatsu in the live chat. He's calling me out.
Ooh,
he's saying you ain't even playing the game you're defending. Kaibatsu.
Ooh,
that's not true.
I ran. Like,
that's not true. I was on this week.
Just hit. He just ran to the ring.
Yeah, Kaibatsu. I haven't seen you on the live chat. I haven't seen you on Xbox Live in years. That's what it feels like, years. But no, I mean, I was on Destiny this week. I was on with Lord King, and I was playing with the Ash and Luca. So I've been on. Been contributing my my clan points. Did a little bit of the Iron Banner this week too. So anyway, I'm sorry, Slim. I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead, man.
I think it's worse than Bungie, because at least with Bungie, they were at the forefront. They made their mistakes. They made their mistakes with Destiny 2 by not applying, not having those two teams. One, the one that was fixing Destiny 1, and the other team that was making Destiny 2, actually communicating to the point where those fixes that made Destiny 1 the game that everyone loved, that those fixes weren't being applied to Destiny 2. They didn't learn from their mistakes. I think it's worse for Massive, because not only are they making the same mistake that Bungie made, but they see what happened to Bungie, and they're still doing it. That makes you even worse. Like, if you see someone walk off a bridge and they fall to their death, you doing the same thing makes you look even dumber than they are. Like, it's just, you can't make that kind of mistake when you understand like what happened to your quote unquote competition, or maybe just another dev out there that you respect, that they made these kind of mistakes, and you're doing the same exact thing. Like, it's not cool.
It's not cool at all, man. It's not cool. Well, we'll see, man. I mean, they've got a good reputation of fixing things, man. So all jokes aside, I'm not gonna. I would expect them.
I just saw Cognito's comment. He said Dark Zone gonna be looking like Chirac. That's facts, man. People gonna be running scared in the Dark Zone. And another part that made it really messed up is that it seemed like the devs were creating this toxic environment in the Dark Zone and in this first year, because not only did you have all these guys completely max gear, completely min-max, wrecking everyone in the Dark Zone. You would see a team of 4 take on a whole server and kill everybody. It makes no sense. And you would see that, but at the time, there was no real in-game content. So the only way you could be competitive was to either run the incursion, which was hard to run at that time, when you didn't have the gear to run it, or go in the Dark Zone and kill bosses in the Dark Zone that would drop the gear that you needed to compete against these other guys. But how do you get that gear out? Or you got to extract it. How do you extract it? Damn near the whole server sees you extracting.
Yeah, that's what that's what I'm saying. That's where the camping would come in.
Yeah, they would just show up.
That's what I'm saying. Like the
you're behind, take your stuff and extract it themselves. It was a dog eat dog environment. It's Dark Zone is toxic as hell.
Yeah, Kabatsu actually said Dark Zone is the worst idea. I agree with him because people would camp. They go to your extraction point. You do all the hard work. They camp. They just kill you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hated the DZ.
Yeah. And they fixed the DZ now, where it's a lot more competitive. They created gear sets where, like, actually, like, take the Banshee gear set, you do more damage against rogue agents than regular agents. And they've created it so that, like, you don't lose experience when you die in the Dark Zone from another agent, or period. And then also they made it like where friendly fire doesn't make you go rogue now. So it's a lot of times you would see like a bunch of players trying to take out a bunch of rogues, but it's so cluttered and there's so many people, they're afraid to shoot because they're afraid if they shoot and hit too many shots on friendly agents, they would then accidentally go rogue and then everyone would turn on them too. So like all that kind of stuff, they fixed all those things. I need to make sure, and they need to make sure that kind of progress continues on into the sequel. If not, you're just shooting yourselves in the foot. You
know what, Slow-Mo, man, this game is putting me to sleep like Microsoft's Inside Xbox.
Oh my god!
Look, you're like, oh,
whatever. Slander.
That's not slander, man. It's true. It's true. So look, man. Let's hope for the best, man. Let's hope for the best.
Yeah,
let's hope for the best. So appreciate the rant, though, man. And the insight, as always. So,
no problem.
We got you. All right, man? You sound like you're falling asleep, man.
No, I'm here. I'm just listening to Slow-Mo go in on these fools.
Yeah, I'm starting to lose my voice. It's not good.
This happens around this time every single Wednesday.
Not new.
Yep, this is not new.
No, it doesn't. Not in every single one. All right, not every single.
I'm gonna pray to rise for you.
All right, man. Let's go to some NPD news. NPD drop this month today for July 2018. And guess who the top selling hardware is this month or last month of July?
Switch.
Nintendo Switch. Yeah, Switch. Yeah. Yep. Nintendo. Actually. And this had to do with the release of Octopath Traveler. Does anyone play that, by the way? I haven't played it yet.
Yep.
B, what do you think?
I have not played it yet.
It's really good, man.
Is it really, man?
Yep. I'm about 30 hours into it.
Like, how would you compare it to, like, because I hear people like call it like a spiritual successor to like a lot of the early Square games in the early 90s.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's got some old Final Fantasy vibes.
Little Chrono Cross.
Little Chrono Cross, Chrono Trigger vibes. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely enjoying it. And it, I think it was #1 NPD.
Yeah, actually it was #1 NPD,
yeah. It was sold out like everywhere, man. It was definitely hard to find. Like if you didn't get it first day it was out, it was hard to find. So
Irrelevant just called it Octo Trash.
Nah, man,
and now he's calling it Irrelevant saying the Nintendo Trash Switch. Oh my goodness. Jesus, man. Yeah, Irrelevant is I
mean you gotta like old school turn-based RPGs, so man. If that's not your thing, you know what I mean, you ain't gonna really dig the game anyway.
I love those turn-based RPGs. Yeah, that's one of the games I'm interested in.
I need to pick it up, man. It's that's I mean, that's to me that's my gaming history. That's what I grew up playing games.
Yeah, man. My first RPGs, just a little side topic. Final Fantasy 2 here, which was Final Fantasy 4 in Japan, and that got me hooked. And I got then I got Final Fantasy 3, which was Final Fantasy 6 in Japan, and then when I hit Chrono Trigger, that was it. Like I got hooked.
You ever play Chrono Cross?
I did play Chrono Cross. I tried to pretend Chrono Cross didn't exist. because it wasn't. They tried to make it seem like it was a sequel to Chrono Trigger, but it really wasn't. Like that game had so little to do. I think they actually just changed the name and then like took the game.
They're trying to sell off of Chrono
Yeah.
Trigger.
Oh yeah, off of Chrono Trigger's name, and
Yeah.
they added a little couple of things to link them together. But the link was very thin, and the game did not compare to Chrono Trigger's awesome story and combat. That game is innovative to the max.
Mm-hmm.
I almost bought that on Steam this week for like
Dude, you
$8.
should, man.
Yes, I was on sale.
Although I heard it's not running well. It wasn't running well on PC.
That's why I didn't buy it.
Yeah,
I heard that.
I was running
Yeah.
garbage.
Yeah.
That sucks, man, because that's such a classic. Yeah. Lord Kabatsu says, hated Chrono Cross. Had nothing to do with the original, including the gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what else? So Nintendo Switch took they were top spot in terms of hardware. Sony was number 2, or Xbox number 3, and hold on a second, guys. I don't want to get into all the NPD because there's so much freaking information here. You know what's crazy? I'll bring this up because we always talk about this game. Grand Theft Auto 5 was number 2.
Again, dang.
How does that happen?
It's
Oh,
nonsense.
You don't know why it happens? It's because it's cheaper to buy a new copy of the game to get the money the in-game currency for that than to buy the shot cards. So the people who play the game, when they want more money, they just buy another copy of the game, then use the whatever they get.
Are you serious?
Yeah, this is what I heard from
Wow.
people who play the game, and that's why it gets you
Wow.
to sell the way it does. Is because it's you get the same amount of money by buying a copy of the game than to just buy a shot card for that same content. So
It's just
you have
genius. The genius of Rockstar.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's crazy, guys, is you look at Octopath Traveler was number 1, right? Grand Theft Auto number 5, 2, Mario Kart 8, 3, Crash Bandicoot 4, Legend of Zelda 5. 4 out of the top 5 games are, well, no, I should say that half of the games are single player games. The top 5, almost half, right? No, 1, 2, 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
That's
Single player games they still make their
Yeah,
mark,
I mean,
man.
that's impressive.
A lot of people try to downplay them, man, but single player games still make their mark. I say it all the time, man. Single player games will always have the biggest impact because they create the characters that we all know and love, man.
It's a great point. B, that's a great point, man, because you're right. I mean, multiplayer games are going to create characters that we remember,
Fortnite is great, but what character from Fortnite is like your guy from Fortnite? Like, who's the main character? There isn't one because you just get randomly generated characters. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's true.
There will never be a story there besides like all the fun you can talk about of riding around rockets and doing all the craziness, but there's no direct character connection there.
But let me tell you.
The reason why people love Tomb Raider is because they fell in love with Lara Croft as a character.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Same way people love Mario or Sonic or any of these other characters who have these big iconic brands.
I'll tell you what's crazy. Nintendo has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games in the top 10. NPD. And they don't report digital sales. I mean, that's gotta be, that's impressive. That's impressive.
But you know what? I think that's direct correlation of Octopath Traveler being good. Because Nintendo always has games that are in the top 10 or top 15 NPD. But you can tell that Octopath Traveler drove people to buy Switches and they bought those other games as well.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, man, yeah, that's amazing, man. I mean, Nintendo is just every time I'm telling you, I'm always in awe every NPD that comes out, and I see Nintendo and how well they're doing. Just blows my mind because it probably blows my mind because how bad they did last console gen.
Yeah, Nintendo always have one gen off, man. One gen they try to get too pretty. You know what I mean? Try to get a little bit too far out on a limb, and it usually comes back and bites them in the ass.
Yeah, man. Yeah, sure. It's a good point. Hey, by the way, Destiny 2 cracked the top 20. I don't believe I see the Division in there. So I'll throw that out there.
The first one, yeah, you wouldn't.
You know why? Because it's garbage.
Stop. It's in Game Pass. It's not. It's never going to get anywhere. Click. Oh, you know what, since you want to talk about sales, the Division 1 was the fastest selling Ubisoft game ever and sold 5.5 million in the first month. So, boom.
You know what? That's whatever. I guess 5 million people out there like to knit sweaters.
You know what? Those sweaters have a higher armor rating than anything in Destiny.
Oh, whatever, man. Whatever. Oh my god, I need some vitamin C, man. I'm losing my voice.
Need a new voice, man. I don't understand how this happens every week.
I don't know, man. I don't know what it is. I really don't. It's terrible.
And you've been sick since August NPD of 2017, bro. Just like,
not that long, man.
You just can't kick it.
Yeah, not that long.
You need some, what do they call that shit? Like euthanasia or whatever?
Yeah, euthanasia.
That's what you get. Say people bring that shit up. It's like, you don't take that shit. Shut up.
Yeah. I know people that were like religious. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, before the flu season started, I'm going to start taking my echinacea." I'm like, "What?
Echinacea?
Yeah.
What about cousin?"
Like, what are you talking about? So real quick, guys. So last topic of the evening. We'll go ahead and wrap up because you sound like you're about to fall asleep, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm tired, man.
No, I hear you, man. I hear you. Xbox All Access. Rumor's been out here for a little while. Some people thought that Microsoft was going to announce it at Inside Sleep Fest. I mean, Inside Xbox.
Yo, we're gonna learn, man. Like Kevin Hart said, you're gonna learn today. We're gonna learn to stop looking at Gamescom for like these big, major bomb drops.
Well, I mean, we got some big announcements from Gamescom in the past.
No, I'm hyped over that over the Master Chief Collection thing. Oh, you said Gamescom past?
Yeah, Gamescom past. We've had some big announcements.
It's been a while though.
It's been a long time, man.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, yeah, it's been a while. So apparently Microsoft is the rumor is they're planning on unveiling a new subscription service called Xbox All Access, and it's going to be granting gamers the opportunity to, one, if you don't have an Xbox console, buy an Xbox console and get Xbox Live and Xbox Game Pass. The rumor is that you'll be able to pay $22 a month for the Xbox One S with Live and Game Pass for 2 years, and then $35 for the Xbox One X. Now, I think my personal opinion, I think if this thing drops, this is huge.
Yeah.
I mean, because think about that. They're eliminating that barrier, that high cost barrier. And basically, we talked about this. Remember when they announced the mid-tier generation upgrades, there was a talk about, are they going to take the cell phone model? I think this very much borrows from that cell phone model, subsidizing the cost of the hardware, whatever, up front. So, I think this is huge. If they do this, this could be a game changer for them, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, and it also really helps. I don't know what Game Pass's subscription numbers are right now, but you could expect when they come out with this that they will start to grow at a dramatic rate, because you're going to get people who are going to get the Xbox One S or Xbox One X and automatically already have Game Pass.
Right.
And that is access to those games. That's really like, if you're a publisher who's a little iffy on Game Pass, and you know you're gonna have additional content because you got games as service or whatever, a Destiny, a Division, a Anthem. You could think like, hey, someone could, potentially. I mean, we could potentially put our game in Game Pass day one, and then for them to get the additional content, they gotta, actually pay for the full game, but then get 20% off on that full game. It's, from what we've seen so far, every game that's gone into Game Pass that's been Microsoft first party have kind of outsold their expectations. Sea of Thieves, no one really expected much of it. They did okay. State of Decay 2 was #1 in NPD 1 month. And look at those games. Those games did not review well, and I would say see it's trash is trash, and State of Decay 2 is okay, but to be able to outsell God of War and Detroit Become Human on this first month, that's pretty impressive. And being in Game Pass, I think that looks like, I think they got something that's pretty interesting. And I mean, I don't know how it's going to go because this is kind of uncharted territory, but that's a pretty interesting idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, how does this go for existing people, though? How does that work for existing customers?
I mean, it doesn't work for us, but I mean, I think like next gen, like next gen. If this is like something to offer, I'm all over it. Especially because now I don't have to say to my wife, "Hey, honey, I'm going to go out and spend $500 on a new console." Now it's $35 a month. We got
the Asher Luca in the chat saying Xbox is trash.
Luca, your son has been misbehaving tonight.
Oh my gosh, we're not doing this. This is not. I am not her son. This is too much. Look. Let's get back.
What did you say? What did you say? But you called Luca and I liars today.
Yes, because you was lying about the whole knitting thing and the Division survival. Yeah. We can't dry snitching over here, man.
I'm not snitching. We got receipts.
Haven't you seen The Wire? That does not work. No.
Well, you can call me Lester.
You'll end up in them narrows.
Right?
Man. You better be like Michael B. Jordan in The Wire and go live out on the Eastern Shore and stay there. Don't come back. But no. I think for like existing customers, they want.
I want to know why you call Luke and I liars.
Because you said that we were talking about knitting yarn and we were not talking about knitting no daggone yarn.
Yeah, you were.
Survival mode.
No, you guys were.
Moving on. Let's get back on topic. Look. I think if they wanted to do this for existing customers, that if you did the math, I think
it's actually cheaper.
It is actually cheaper. You already have an Xbox, so if you did say like $13 a month, that would be cheaper than paying for Xbox Live Gold for a year and the Game Pass. And so, I mean, I think it's an interesting idea that they could go with. And I mean, Microsoft is the king of services, so I think.
I'll tell you what, guys, I think this is game changer, especially next console gen. I mean, think about it. I mean, they drop another $500 console. I mean, I would do $35 a month for 2 years.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't do it?
Yeah, everyone. That's what everyone does with their cell phones. So you know a lot of people would do it. Yeah. Well, you're gonna spend $700 to $900. Well, no, I'm sorry. If it's an iPhone, $1,000 for a phone, or are you going to just subsidize it through your carrier and spend like $35 a month?
Yeah. Well, so what do they do with like people don't pay up though? Do they just cut them off?
Yeah, they probably would cut off
Like
Xbox Live.
Disrupt their service. Where do you get a collection call from Microsoft?
Well, you know somebody gonna be out there finessing this deal, man.
Oh yeah.
Somebody gonna get a couple Xboxes, about 10 of them. They can be slinging them boys on the side. They ain't gonna be nowhere to be found, man.
Yeah. Hey, I read that article, and it said that the reason why they didn't mention it at Gamescom is because this is going to be starting out U.S. only, which makes sense. That
US only, yeah.
So that's why that it being U.S. only makes sense to me. Why they wouldn't mention it at Gamescom, considering you're in a foreign country at that time. So yeah, interesting, very interesting.
I'm telling you, I think this thing's a game changer for them here in the U.S. I really do. I mean, and this could be one of those things that just kind of disrupts the industry and how people, purchase consoles moving forward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if it turns out well, Sony's gonna follow suit, because that typically what happens is Microsoft comes out with a service and it turns out to be good, or they start doing a different method of delivering games or services to their Xbox community, and it works. Sony adopts it next gen. So
here we go, Xbox ellipse.
Now
you're fanboying out. You're saying that Sony has no original ideas.
I did not say that. I said they will adopt good ideas from Microsoft, which I mean they should. If it's a good idea, adopt it.
Yo, Lucas says Xbox better than PlayStation, confirmed. Oh my goodness, she's trolling. So I'm telling you, Luca.
Hey man,
go ahead, E.
No, I was just gonna say, like real G's just wait for other kids to show up at the playground with better toys. Just take them. That's what Sony's doing.
Oh my god! All right,
I'm just ponying out to combat slow mo.
Yeah,
I'm trying this console warrior stuff.
So check this out. So my wife's like, she's probably due like in a couple weeks, right? Probably any day, actually, to be real. So she's like, "Hey, you got your bags packed?" I said, "Yeah, I got stuff packed. Packed the Nintendo Switch." Why does she look at me cross-eyed? She's like,
you gotta have something to do, man.
That was my point. That's my point. And she's like, "You better not be playing that while I'm delivering." I'm like, "Nah, that's not happening. Don't worry about that. I'm not playing Nintendo Switch, while you're delivering. It's not a good look."
No, definitely not.
Yeah,
definitely not.
But if it was accepted, Enrique definitely would be doing it.
Yeah, how do you do a push?
Enrique, what are you doing? Hey, look, I'm on this part on Octopath. Calm down. Hold on. You're doing great. You're doing great, though. You're doing great. Hold on.
Yeah. One more shrine in Breath of the Wild.
Exactly. I got one more shrine. So shut up.
I would get a Switch, but it's just if it's gonna be all these rumors and people talking about them with an updated version that's more durable and can actually run third-party multiplats well, then I'm like, I would rather wait for that than buy this current version. So
not that Marcus Sellers lie.
Oh no, not him. No, I don't let me that dude's tomfoolery.
Slow-mo, let me tell you, are you a gamer?
Yes, I'm a gamer.
Then buy a Switch.
No. I'm not gonna buy something that is going to be immediate. Like, look, I'm telling you, this is how my luck is. The day I buy a Switch, the very next day, Nintendo will come out and be like, "Here's the Switch XL," and it's just like, damn it! Like, I could have just waited. Like, so I'm just gonna wait. I'm playing the stare game with Nintendo at this point. Just like, hey, I know you got something back there. I know you cooking something.
That's how it works too, man. That's when it hurts the most.
Mm-hmm.
When you buy one like that, yeah, and something new comes up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey, by the way, I told my wife that I want to name our new son Luke Cage. She said no.
That would be a cool name, though.
That's what I thought. Luke Cage.
See, that's actually more plausible because I remember like before my daughter was born, like we didn't know like what her sex was until she was actually born. So I said, if it's a boy, I said I want to name this kid Optimus Prime. And she just looked at me like I was
Optimus Prime.
I said, how true would that be? It was like Optimus Prime Jackson.
Yeah. What's up, Prime?
That's what I said. That's exactly what I said. I was like, yo, his nickname is already set.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man. Like I think Luke.
His OP.
I even tried Logan, and she's like, "No, I don't like that. That's Wolverine's name."
Yeah, I had Logan on there too. Yep.
I tried Frank Castle, but that didn't happen. He's a Punisher. I tried, but it's not happening. So anyhow, so all right, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the show because as Slow-Mo said, I'm losing my voice because I have scurvy, and Eric said I've had this problem since 2017. And he sounding about to fall asleep. B Money might have fallen asleep already too. So
Rick hit the 6 since the first time they announced Crackdown 3.
Wow. That is savage. That is savage.
Where's Crackdown, man? We gotta send a search party out, man. Where the hell is Crackdown at, man?
Yeah, look, I told y'all in DMs earlier, they're not going to show us any Crackdown content until Inside Xbox, January 2019. It's gonna be a 5-minute segment. And this is coming out next month. Crackdown 3. All right, moving on. Back to developer interviews.
In Game Pass. Did we mention this in Game Pass?
Oh, you know it's gonna be dated in Game Pass. That's not even a question. That's gonna happen.
No, they're gonna push that so that way you don't come at them. It's like, look, man, it's in Game Pass. What do you want from us?
And is Major Nelson? You know what's funny? People are going to be like, "Well, it's free. It's a Game Pass."
Yeah, like Game Pass, like they hand out free codes for Game Pass every month.
Yeah, you know. And Major Nelson probably were wearing white gloves. So, oh my! I gotta be honest with you guys. I am a little concerned about Crackdown 3. All jokes aside, like I feel like Gamescom could we maybe seen something?
No, watch what's happening.
This game's coming out in March. Like, what's going on?
Mikey Barr's gonna go on Twitter and be like, "Should I stream Metro? Should I stream Metro? Should I stream Anthem? Should I stream?" They be like, "What about Crackdown?" He's gonna
But by Enrique, it's February. Actually, I think it's February 22nd, the same day as Anthem.
Yes,
Metro Exodus.
He's gonna.
So they might wait until the February Inside Xbox to show it off. just say it's available right now.
Hey, 2 days before it comes out.
Yeah, they're gonna do it in March. Oh yeah, Crackdown 3 came out last month, y'all. Game Pass.
Hey, is it me or is Ibarra stream more third-party games than first?
That's what's gonna be so funny, man, because he never streams like their games. He always streams like everything else.
So what is it?
He's about to jump in Diablo 3 and shit.
He probably can't help himself to not like keep the disgust or disappointment out of his voice while he's streaming. So he's probably just like, you know what, let me keep streaming multi-plats.
I'm surprised. I'm waiting for the day. You know what? I tell you what. What if he says I'm streaming Spider-Man? I'm telling you.
Maybe he caught that heat off of God of War, man. Remember that? He was like, I'm streaming God of War. People were like,
yeah, he did stream God of War.
People are so funny.
People got upset. Oh my God.
You do realize that there may be people that work for Microsoft who prefer PlayStation. Not saying it's immoral, but you know that
Xbox is Garbo. The Switch is King.
Throw it all out there, Luca.
Yeah.
Luca, can I just say something? Wasn't Slow-Mo knitting sweaters on the Division? Like, wasn't he talking about that when we were playing Destiny the other night?
Yeah, he was actually.
See,
wait. He said, wait.
Luca, come in here with
he called us. No, he said He said that you and I are sitting on a throne of lies.
Me, Luca, lie?
Yeah.
Never that.
You just said the Switch is king, and you don't own a Switch. So what are you talking about?
She's basing us off of NPD, man.
Bro, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I am basing this off of NPD though.
Yeah, but you were talking about knitting sweaters.
I was not talking about knitting no daggone sweater.
Oh my gosh!
These are lies.
Look, I brought your father in here to confirm this, and now you're disobeying your father.
I don't know who you speak of. Luca is not my father. Luca is a very good friend of mine, but father, negative, no. And both of you are making stuff up. Everyone who's played the division knows you can't knit a damn thing in the game. and I actually would wish I could get like them little knitting things so I could like stab one of the enemies in the eye with it or something. But to knit sweaters, no, it doesn't happen.
Well, I mean, you stabbing an enemy in the eye wouldn't work anywhere because they're all sponges anyway. In the division.
Oh my gosh, all this stuff. Moving on.
So anyhow, Luca, thank you for hopping on like last minute. Appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure, bro. I was on my computer like the entire time working on something, and then I turned it off. And I was in a party with Smooth, and then I see this little hangout link. I'm like, oh. So I tell Smooth I'll talk to him later, and then I just came in here to say hello.
Awesome.
Also to test up my new setup because I have a new setup right now. So
nice. All right.
Oh, you got a new computer?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Is it?
That's why I sounded off when I first came in because it wasn't set to my actual mic. It was set to the computer mic, which is Garbo. So I sound better now, right?
Yeah. You sound clear. Sound good. Are you going to start making? Because I know you were talking about doing like playing PC games. Is your new computer capable of PC gaming?
It's barely capable of me getting on the internet, sir. Like,
oh, okay. Never mind. Two functions: internet and email.
Yeah.
Hey, are you doing Crucible tonight?
No, I'm going to bed. I fucked up staying up late with you guys last night. I'm a mess.
Yeah, that was late. That was pretty late. It was like 1 a.m.
Oh yeah.
It was 1 when I went to bed. So
holy shit. I mean, some of it was like 2 o'clock for you then, right?
Oh no, I went to bed before them.
So
that means they stayed on like for it was 1 when I went to bed. So they stayed on like an additional hour after me. So
I was a fucking mess at work, dude. It was pretty bad. I was like, God damn, this was a mistake.
Is that why your boss was calling you out for something 3 months ago?
Oh man, bro. She's all like, yeah, so I heard that this happened. I'm like, yeah, that happened back in April. Where have you? Yeah, we fixed it. It's fine. She's like, oh, you came to you guys resolved the issue. I'm like, yeah, we resolved it 3 months ago, but okay.
Oh my god, bosses can be the worst.
Yeah,
she's really nice. It's just I don't know.
I was trash at work today too. I had to do a whole bunch of Linux cron jobs literally all day today. So I was just trying my best to stay awake, being up way too late the night before. But hey, look, I don't regret it because I had fun with Forte, Don Julio, Luca. Shout out to Sir Taz and not super villain, but the tiny henchman. That's what I'm gonna call him. It's super villain. He got his that's his name, and he's the Mad Titan. His name is the Mad Titan, but he plays so small, so I call him the tiny henchman.
Gotcha. All right.
But yeah, we had fun. We had fun in the Crucible.
All right. Well, I need to wrap up this podcast because my voice is done.
Captain L gotta go fight crime.
I need some echinacea. I need some herbs in my life. So
gotta make some potions.
Yeah, exactly. So Luca, thank you again for hopping in last minute.
For sure.
Sorry I can't talk. My voice is like shot. Sucks. It sucks to slap.
So what happens when you tell lies, Enrique?
Oh my God! Here we go.
Rise is striking you down, Enrique.
Yeah, exactly. Rise is striking me. So, all right, King Loaf. So,
King Loaf.
Oh,
all right. So big shout out to everyone in the live chat again. Sorry guys, I'm losing my voice, but yeah, it sucks to suck, as Lucas says.
Yep.
Yeah. So Luca, go ahead and plug Scumcast.
All right, Scumcast will be Saturday at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm trying to get an equal mix of ponies and bots on there. Failing on the bot front. I don't have any bots on there other than Slow-Mo and Meta. So
I'm not a bot. What the heck?
Slow-Mo, Meta, and myself. So we're gonna have to do our best against these ponies because those are some.
How about filthy neutrals?
Okay.
No neutrals.
What?
No? Filthy neutrals.
Monday.
Luca does not recognize the state of neutrality in the console war.
You're either a bot, a pony, or
dead.
No,
or PC guy.
PC guy. No, you can be neutral.
Neutral.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, okay.
Neutral gamer in console war terms, neutral gamers are just spies for one side.
I think you mean that a neutral is just a regular person.
Yes.
You don't have to define yourself as neutral. Being a console fanboy is not something to aspire to. It's not something to be proud of. So just saying that you're a normal person is perfectly fine. You don't have to put yourself in the same terms as the rest of these guys. That being said, I am a bot, so fuck y'all.
Yeah.
Team Xbox, bitch.
Oh my. All right. V Money, man. Got to plug Tick, man.
Oh yeah, man. Come through every Saturday night, 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, man. You know, come with all the latest and greatest Xbox news. It is the original Inner Circle podcast, so that's what we're about over there. But you can definitely check out the channel and check out the other stuff, and also check out the affiliates. A lot of stuff going on over at Tick. We just got officially put on Spotify, so you can listen to us on the go. So definitely check that out.
Nice, yeah. We are officially a Tick affiliate, so awesome. Well, everyone, thank you again in the live chat for joining us tonight. We will be back next Wednesday, unless my wife goes into labor. And I won't be podcasting while she goes into labor. So,
not gonna do it from the hospital.
Nah, man. Oh, it would kill me, man.
Oh man.
Seriously, she would. She'd shoot me dead.
Yeah, she would.
Yeah, she would. So, yeah. But other than that, we'll be back next Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Everyone have a great evening. And deuces. Peace.
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 Slow-Mo sucks at gaming.